Hey traders and investors, it's Will. So the quantum market is up 30% today, and if you're not paying attention to this explosive sector, you could potentially be leaving some massive profits on the table. See, today we're breaking down exactly why quantum is surging, what you need to know right now, and the opportunities that you can't afford to miss, guys. And oh, by the way, actually, we just wrapped up our live trading session inside Stockmate with our Stockmates. So we locked in some profits for today right at market open. If you want to trade live with me every morning, see the moves I make in real time, and learn the strategies that are working right now, then hit the second link in the description to join us. So let's jump into it here. You guys can see the market. We got 16% on Rigetti. Let's dive into this quantum sector and why it's kind of rewriting some of the rules of the market right now. We definitely saw a great inflation report. You can see the CPI data came out today. I wouldn't say amazing, but it's definitely got some bullish outlook. You can see inflation rises 2.9%. So it was promising for some investors. They really like to see that inflation report looking a little more healthy, and then you could see the market, the widespread market, really responded well. If we look down, SPY was up about 1.6% today. So overall market is up. We look at our quantum computing stocks here in our watch list, and we got QUBT, we got QBTS. We just covered QUBT yesterday. It's up 39% today. IONQ 26%, QBTS, D-Wave is up 20%. Rigetti stock is the one we got in this morning. We were up about 11% at one point today, and then we ended up locking in some of the profits and then getting back in, and we're still up on the day. You know, I'm always happy to be up regardless, but at one point being up, I think we were close to $600 or $700, and then we had sold a little bit and got back in, and we lost some of it. So we're still positive, net positive on the day as we are on the week, which is great. A 50% gain for Rigetti yesterday, 17% today. So let's talk about it. Why are these quantum stocks going so crazy? Why do we see this new recovery? And while they did have a significant drop back here in January, beginning of January, we've seen this recovery start to take place. A lot of the stocks, you could see IONQ start to recover. A lot of them right now are at this key level. A lot of them knocking on the door of a level that, which if they break above, would indicate true bullish momentum, right? So we saw a big sell-off. A lot of people were saying, oh, is this the end? Are we going to see discouraging outlook for quantum AI? Two things happened. One thing that happened yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, was that Rigetti interview with the CEO, and he was talking about how, first he talked about the qubits, talked about how they're focusing on fidelity like they did at CES, which I actually have my pass here next. You guys see this pass? We got in free to CES and asked questions directly to the quantum computing company. I'll leave the link above here. And IONQ, Rigetti had that interview, right? So Rigetti had the interview, and what they said is they brought attention to this $2.6 billion quantum initiative. And this is a $2.6 billion funding towards quantum research and development, and it's associated with the National Quantum Initiative Reauthorization Act. So essentially, they're reauthorizing this initiative, and it is loads bigger than it was before. I see it's at $2.6 billion funding. It's a bill that hasn't been passed or signed yet, but we're going to be, right now you can see the Center for Data is urging Congress to double the funding level of the key quantum information sciences. This law, approved in 2018 as one of several necessary steps, it says the U.S. needs to take to stay ahead of the world in the quantum space and maintain the lead in quantum computing. And what we're seeing here is the report recommends a sharp increase to about 2.6 billion or 525 million, and a lot of these companies are going to be getting a big share of that. We saw IONQ as a player, IBM, Microsoft are definitely funding some of these smaller companies. You'll see Nvidia invested in Rigetti along with State Street, BlackRock, Vanguard, and then now maybe some funding here from the government, which is I wouldn't say that it is anything that we could say is like artificial. What we're looking at is actually, a widespread investment from not just the government, not just big institutions, a lot of retail investors, a lot of smaller companies starting to pop up using some of this quantum tech. And they're saying that one of the things is that there has been greater narrative in the overall market that quantum computing has more real world utility right now for companies than it ever has that it ever had in the past, right? More now than ever in the past. And so as they're starting to see more optimization towards businesses or people easily being able to use this quantum tech through things like AWS. You could look at AWS, you can access these quantum computing companies here. You could see some of the quantum computers you can access through the cloud. And then on top of that, you got Microsoft Azure and you got Google there as well. And so today, we simply are playing some of that momentum. We're able to capitalize on it. You can see that there's going to be a lot of key levels, a lot of indication of breakthroughs. That's how the overall market looks. See a lot of growth. The thing that was crazy was CES was saying when we were talking with IonQ, and then also IBM and Microsoft, what they were saying at CES was the projected market value for these quantum computing companies, or just quantum computing as a whole, is between $3 to $5 trillion. So right now, being hovering around 100 billion, to get to $3 to $5 trillion would mean that you'd see a 35x widespread, 35x on most quantum computing outlets if they're getting a piece of the market share. Now it's going to be proportional, not proportional. It's going to be, some are going to be big winners, some are not going to be, and we got to keep that in mind. But nevertheless, the market's growing fast. So let's take a look at the technicals. You can see QBTS D-Wave was knocking on the door right here of this previous resistance, started to break out a little bit, then got rejected. So this level for D-Wave QBTS at $6 is a key level. It's probably going to bounce between here, $4.80 and that $6 price point. That's kind of can identify a clear support and resistance. See that previous resistance, previous support. There's some consolidation, more consolidation right there. And so it is bouncing between those levels. We'll see that consolidation play out. If it breaks above, that's more bullish momentum upwards. Next level would actually be at that $7.25 or $7 range. Okay, so quite a potential for growth there on QBTS, but it's at this critical resistance and it just got rejected. So we'll see if it breaks above and continues that upward direction. You could look at Rigetti stock, same thing on the technicals. A lot of these companies are at these previous resistances, these consolidation levels. Same thing with Rigetti, right? Rigetti is a company that's has notoriously, when it makes a resistance and then sells off, that it uses that previous resistance as a high. We've seen that consistently with the company. You could look right there. There's a previous resistance. It used it to bull up, right? Then right here is previous resistance. See that? It used it right there to continue up. And then previous resistance there, used it to continue up. And it's really been the name of the game to Rigetti. And you saw that right there as well. See that previous resistance. And that's the bullish pattern. That's quite common. So now that we saw it have that sell-off down to this previous level, and now it's starting to recover, now we're here at this consolidation where it's going to have to really break above that. It just got rejected. It's this consolidation level around $11.50. It got rejected, and then the level that it needs to hold that it's currently at is at $10 and about 20 cents right here, because this level is a previous support, previous resistance. You can see right there, and that goes through all the way, and that's where it's at right now. So really between that $10 and 20 cent range is key. Otherwise, we could see it potentially drop back down, and that would make a whole lot of sense to see these quantum computing companies sell off potentially in the next day or so. I would anticipate tomorrow at market open there could be some opportunities, and if you guys want to take advantage of those, make sure to check the second link down below. Click on it, simply take a look. We got quarterly and lifetime access for Stockmate. If you'd like to watch us trade live, get access to surround yourself with other traders and investors, those resources are there for you in that second link below. So these are key levels. We'll see if it breaks above. What we can look at for the news as a widespread is probably not going to be anything too new. There's D-Wave crazy ride. Okay, you got investors. Don't waste time buying D7. And then how I'm building my quantum portfolio. A lot of hype, not anything too insane. Here's an NVIDIA article published yesterday. NVIDIA GTC 2025 Quantum Day to illuminate the future of quantum computing. We might have to be there. At the first of its kind event, NVIDIA founder CEO Jensen will host industry leaders to discuss where quantum computing is headed. Hey, that sounds awesome. There will be D-Wave there, IonQ, Pascal, PSI Quantum, Quantinuum. Those are the companies that I got a chance to talk to personally this past week. Rigetti is going to be there. And you can see quantum computing is one of the most exciting areas. Computer science promising progress in accelerated computing beyond what's considered possible today. Sounds quite bullish. A little different than the comments we heard from NVIDIA last week. It's expected that technology will tackle myriad problems that once were deemed impractical or even impossible to solve. Quantum computing promises huge leaps forward for fields spanning drug discovery, materials development, to financial forecasting. Some good examples on drug discovery was binding peptide proteins in organisms, like, for example, related to cancer even. That's what we heard from Quantinuum professor at CES, which is something they're working on over at Amgen, which how is Amgen doing today? They're up 1% today, which is a whole nother thing. I want to look at that along with TSMC's earnings after hours or pre-market, tomorrow. But anyway, you can see NVIDIA celebrating exploring the remarkable progress in quantum computing by announcing its first Quantum Day at GTC 2025, Thursday, March 20th. This new focus area brings together leading experts for comprehensive, balanced perspective on what businesses should expect from quantum computing in the coming decades. You got Q-Era is going to be there. I'm really excited to look at that. Sessions exploring what's possible, what's available. I'm not sure where this event is. Let's take a look. That's a really awesome one we might have to go to. March 17th through 2021 in San Jose. That's 2 hours from me. Might have to go check that out. I would be excited to go potentially take a look. You got CEO of NVIDIA is going to be there. UC Berkeley professors. OpenAI research scientist is going to be there. And then AWS, Google Cloud, Hewlett Packard. Some of the companies like Hewlett Packard are being provided chips by TSMC, the microchips. So TSMC is reporting earnings later today. So make sure to take a look at that. Little tangent. Microsoft Azure, Oracle. You got Asus, some of the notable ones. HP, Lenovo. Super Microcomputer is going to be there. And we'll definitely be looking at that one. I'm going to see if I can register early. Yeah, it's a little more on the pricey side. We'll see if maybe we can get a media pass like we got in CES. Thank you guys for subscribing. That was a great time that we're able to take advantage of. That was our live session this morning. All right, so we see overall widespread push up. Most likely we'll see a sell-off soon as a slight correction. And I'm not saying big sell-off. I'm saying something that would make the market look a little healthier. We're actually already seeing it. See this? It pushed up to $11.70. Rigetti stock, $11.70, about 25%. It pushed up, or 27% on the day. And then it sold down to what was almost $10 a share. And now it's there. So what we'd see could potentially be, more of a breakout look. If it's breaking out, it's going to sell down a little bit more potentially before continuing up, which is totally fine. See it break up above that moving average. So this green moving average, you guys see that? It oftentimes acts as a support. And so when we saw it cross below, that was bearish. When we see it push up above, that's quite bullish. So we want to keep a really close eye on Rigetti. The volume was insane today, and we'll see what happens. But I'm glad that we were able to take advantage of some of the moves this morning at market open. If you guys would like to watch me there tomorrow at market open, see how we trade some of these AI, space, big tech, and quantum AI stocks, I would encourage you check that second link down below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing. See you guys in the next video. Take care.